Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. And today, as you can tell, or maybe not tell, I don't know if my name shows up on the screen or not, but I'm going by the name C. Darwin, which is Charles Darwin, because evolution. Theory of evolution. Charles Darwin is credited with, I guess, coming up with the concept of the theory of evolution. And what I have is I've put together a deck of evolutions. The only two evolutions, and I know it shows final forms on this screen, but the actual evolutions are, the only two that aren't evolutions are Lunala and Solgaleo. The rest of them are full evolutions, except for I'm not running Torchic. I think that would be a little too lofty of a goal. Let's jump right in. I've got Max Revive, I believe. No. I have Golblock, Charizard Y because I think he's better than Charizard X because of the mobility. Talked about that before. X Attack, Double Chance, Bright Powder, or is it Power? Bright Powder, and X Speed are the plates. If I go up against a Dragon deck, it's going to be GG. And we're not going up against a Dragon deck. So we have a really good opportunity to trigger some evolutions here. And I will say, I've played a handful of games. I don't know exactly how many. I don't know if I touch on Litten on this screen, if it will tell me how many games I've played. But my initial thoughts on this Litten to Torcat to Incineroar line is it's garbage. Litten is relatively easy to evolve into, we're going to take Solgaleo, into Torcat. But Torcat, I've never evolved it. And I don't know how many. Let's see if it says. I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't say on the screen. You have to go to the other menus, but I haven't been able to make it evolve, which doesn't really make just a whole lot of sense. Wow, he has a whole lot of blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this opportunity to break out a Bright. I should have looked. I'll look in a second. It's Bright something. Is it Power or Powder? Perfect. And he actually hit the natural miss, not the missing blues. So that's going to make Rowlet evolve into Dartrix. And as far as evolutions go for these, and I believe these are Gen 7 starters, as far as evolutions go, Rowlet, the Rowlet line, Rowlet to Dartrix to Sableye, infinitely easier to evolve than Torcat. And I don't know why, because Torcat after the evolution, I believe, is going to be 50. Let me check this out here. Look at his wheel real quick. Okay, no, we're not. Okay, so he's going to make gold slices disappear. We're going to go straight and attack. And then we're going to roll the natural miss. My Litten is just level 1. So it's significant amount of miss, and my opponent's just not going to let me do anything here. So let's go for the attack. Now, I guess he rolled Thunder for the 110. I don't know. I wasn't paying a whole lot. I'm still trying to look at Torcat's wheel. I think it's 50. But let's just go here. We'll try to trigger this evolution. Perfect. Now Blaziken is a relative beast, although this Blaziken is not unlike almost every other Blaziken you've seen in the game lately, because I feel like everybody is running the Combuskin, the Rubber Chicken, to Blaziken at this point in the game. I'm sure he has Mega Gengar, so we will cover up our goal. Free up our entry point. Okay, let's see if I can get to this Litten Torcat, and Wheel 50. So it's exactly what I thought it was. I don't like that. I have to be selective on when I bring out Charmeleon. Typically, I will bring it out. Like, if I could get it up against Mega Gengar, or Gengar, I would actually X speed and just go into it. But my opponent does not seem to want me to do that. Let's just go over here and we will take out his Gengar before he thinks about trying any shenanigans with Mega Gengar. Not really sure what the thought was there, but now what I can do, and I have a couple of options here. I'm gonna go see if we can avoid the gold into purple. That's kind of the way my day has been going, quite honestly, with the, if I have purple on my wheel and my opponent has gold, it's a guaranteed. Okay, so here are my choices. I could X speed or I could X attack. Which of his wheel slices is larger? So he actually has a larger 70 than he does Aurora Sphere. With that information, I'm going to play the math. We will X speed. Just hope it doesn't backfire on us. And here rolls the dodge. So my next play is, let's see. We're going to go ahead and try to go the other route this time and see if we can't get him to land his purple into my now gold. Or, again, he just hit a natural miss. This guy must went to the Pokefodder school of rolling Pokemon. He's playing AI. Because I feel like I'm playing pretty quickly, and he's way ahead of me on time already. So we will drop Charizard, which we will soon evolve into Mega Charizard, provided we survive this attack, which we do not. And again, we will take Litten and just go yellow into Raikou. Did not work out for us again. So we will now take Dartrix and go yellow and try to get the final evolution into Decidueye, which we are going to trigger. And just like that, you can see I just feel like the respin, the ability to hit the 110 or 111, I think there's a chain level in there, greatly outweighs the purple move of Torcat. And at this point, I can't even get Torcat to evolve once. Let's see if I can press forward here. That's not, although that could knock out. No, he rolled miss, I believe. Try to avoid the electric slide, and we don't avoid the electric slide. Boy. He will most likely take over my, oh no, he's going to scoop up. Okay, that's fine. I really don't even care about that at all. I'm losing enough battles that I will cycle him back around in no time. But I do have 2 evolutions all the way to their final form already. Let's take Charizard and attempt to knock out Gengar before he wants to do Mega Gengar shenanigans. And I do have the Charizard wide plate. I would prefer to use it when it benefits me more. Actually going to hop over here. I wonder if he's going to go Mega Gengar and protect his Zapdos. No. So he's going to leave his Zapdos open and exposed to getting surrounded. And I really wish that they would make a change to evolutions, similar to how Cosmo EM, if it's involved in a surround, it can evolve. I would greatly like it if they would do the same thing for all forms that can evolve. Let's see if I can roll the fake out here. I think that's... never mind. Oh, and I'm going to lose Lunala off of that, because if he's smart, he'll knock out Lunala if they're changed. Sometimes when it gets in these corners, I have a hard time knowing which one is actually going to be what we're going to do. This looks like a good opportunity to soar over, take over the entry point, and then back attack into Gengar. And that's going to burn both of those. So super nice. And it says it gives them weight 3. I find it really bizarre that they count the turn that they got the weight as one of the 3, but they do. And so it's actually only weight 2. If it were weight 3, it'd be more detrimental to the opponent because they'd lose it for an additional turn. But such was not the case. Kind of have to land an offensive. And I do have double chance, so depending on what happens here, I still have my gold block. Yes, okay. So I think now is going to be a good time because I can really establish control over the match if I can double chance, if I can knock him out here. Watch him roll purple this time. No. And no. Neither. So there we go. We now have a 4-on-3 advantage. And all in all, I would say that was a meh go with Charizard Y. Simply because I only knocked out one Pokemon. Yes, I burned an additional Pokemon. But I don't know. My problem with the Megas, and there were leaks of Mega... Oh, we're going to get the win. There were leaks of Mega Blaziken and Mega Sceptile somewhere. I don't know if someone did a data mine for those. But we're going to jump into one more match here. Someone did a data mine, posted photos of the sprites. And I'm sure that more Megas are coming. I don't know how many Megas were in the Pokemon games, but I'm sure more are coming. But my overall thought on the Megas are... I don't know. For 2 plate slots, I don't know that they're worth it. Because as you saw, I did get board control, which was nice. But I could have kind of done the same thing with Tapu Koko, just soaring into the corner. This is going to be a much more difficult road to hoe with a Cosmo deck. But 7 turns, the fact that you can miss makes it really, on some of them, not many people have level 5s. And I'm trying to think of who has no miss at level 5. I think Mega Venusaur and Mega Gengar are the only ones I can come up with off the top of my head. And I'm not going to lie, I have no idea how we're going to trigger evolutions against this Cosmo deck. But 7 turns, you can miss. You know, Mega Gengar has that... It has the... It has a sizable dodge, it has a sizable purple, which kind of just stall it out. So I don't know. This is a pretty poor selection of choice to attack by my opponent. Hopefully I can make him pay And I do not. What we're going to do is we're going to take this opportunity to try to trigger a quick evolution, because having Charizard, Mega Charizard on the board, criminy. Look at that. That is 56. So it's probably 57 or 58% chance of rolling the white. And you don't need me to tell you what just happened because you all witnessed it. You would probably put Coco in the corner and then go Mega Gengar to right there. Which, now, what he should do is he should go Mega Gengar to here. Yeah, you know, I'm actually going to use my Bright Powder. Oh, I can't. Wait, cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. I tell you what, I have to double chance this because I've had way, way, way too many Lunala roll purple into speed gold. And like I said earlier, if they have gold on their wheel and if I have purple, it is almost the law of attraction that it is going to happen. So we will take speed out of the equation here. And because I have chain levels on my Lunala, I can actually I could actually bright powder into Deoxys speed here. He's probably going to go after my poor little Litten. Poor little feller. I don't know what our miscount is up to, but it's not good. I will X speed. I think if I miss this, it's pretty much GG. So let's hope that we do exactly that, which is why I chose to use the X speed there. Get him off the board. I would have preferred to save X speed for that. Now, I don't know if, because I'm not accustomed to running Rubber Chicken, I'm not sure if Rubber Chicken KOs Jax's defense if it rolls purple. No, we'll find out. It was pointed out in my last video when I attacked. That works. When I attacked, watch me re-roll my purple here. That'd be terrible. Shocking. When I attacked at the end of yesterday's video and said that if I roll... How's it my turn already? If I had rolled the 3-star purple, which means that I can't knock it out. But that's a knockout, and this is just a send to the bench. And you probably can't even follow my train of thought because my opponent is playing so fast and I'm trying to think in my head. When I attacked with Lele into Deoxys defense and I mentioned that if I roll the 3-star purple twice, I can knock him out. That actually was in fact incorrect. Another miss. Wild. But because that is an actual knockout and this is just a benching, then Cyclone Kick should work, I believe. That's not really going to work out too well for him. Is CHN, that's typically the abbreviation for China. Is there a Chinese clan that I'm... How many misses is that? That's 4 that I know of. But how many is that total? Maybe just the 4. I think 2 of them. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. Living dangerously. Now, if he takes my entry point, which I figure he probably will, at least it wasn't a miss. Okay, now I'm going to Bright Powder. Give Deoxys a little bit of his own medicine here. Okay, so that's a knockout. I'm not going to have him respin. He has no winning rolls. The only thing that would happen is I could re-roll into burn, which I do not. I see no need to make him respin because that is good enough. Man, see, look at that. Rocking his gold all up on me like he knows me or something, you know? So he's got Gold Block and Double Chance are all that he has left. I've got Gold Block and probably a Charizard plate that will not be utilized. This is going to be great because all his gold is going to turn to a miss. I should be able to trigger the evolution here. Then again, if ifs and nuts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, I think is how that saying goes. Let's try this one more time. Perfect. So we are going to get the first stage evolution. Yes, for sure. Now the trick is I don't know how to get Torcat evolved. And I did find out that with his 50, if you land his 50, it's similar to Psychic Shove, where it's going to push the opponent as far as it can go. But that doesn't trigger the evolution. And I'm not really sure why it doesn't trigger the evolution, other than it just doesn't. So now we will bring out the Rubber Chicken. He's already used his Gengar. Just kind of there for some support. Probably. Okay. Let's see if I can do Fake Out here. I cannot. So it pushed him back. And I know I lost the roll, but it still displaced the opponent, which completely blows the whole, if you displace your opponent, you trigger your evolution theory out of the water. And now it is exclusive to purple displacements that trigger the evolution. And the reason why I say that is because with Geodude, if you land Explosion, which is a purple move, well, no, because that's still a winning roll, isn't it? Another miss. Is that... I've lost track at this point. Is that 5 or 6? I've lost track. It's either 5 or 6 misses so far this game. And then we'll just add one in to my opponent. Press forward. I've only gotten one evolution out of this whole thing. Bring Rowlett around. I'm going to go after Coco. Let's try to knock him out. It's either 6 or 7 misses now. I wish I had a tracker. I'm going to go back and do a tracker for misses and count them up. For both teams. I'll see if I can do one on each side. The miss counter. That'd be interesting to see. And by the time you get to this part of the video, if I was able to do it, then you already know that I'm doing it. And if I wasn't, then you're gonna be like, hey, he didn't do his miss counter. No need to attack. He's thinking about it. I will attack a Deoxys defense on my next turn, regardless of what happens here. Not really sure that I would have done that if I were my opponent, but no one asked me, and he's not going to slip. He's just going to gain weight 2, I believe. Yeah. Ah, that's a bummer. Slide over. I've either got to burn him, as far as burn the Pokemon, get him, cycle through him, or get the fake out and trigger the evolution there. And honestly, I've only rolled fake out once, and it was to put my opponent on the goal. Not that I was purposefully using Torcat on my goal, just kind of the way that the game played out, that he ended up having to play emergency defense, and the only time he has rolled fake out for me in however many games. And then it caused me to lose. This is the final thought on that. And since I lost, I don't know that it triggers the evolution. So I need to play some defense here. I think not attacking is probably the best option. He'll probably jump into my corner. Don't blame him there. I probably would not have attacked if I were him. And another miss. It's wild. It's actually pretty beneficial. He's going to lose, it looks like, the 50. All right, we could roll fake out. We're not going to, but we could have. Come up here. Because I still have my gold block, I can afford to be... Well, this is interesting. He's going to re-roll me and hope that I land on burn. And I don't, so it's still going to be a knockout. I don't know which one I would have knocked out. Let's go ahead and take over the entry point here. Because Lunala against Gengar is a way better matchup than Gengar versus Torracat. We will just go for the knockout here. We're going to get the burn instead. He's probably going to bring Zapdos back, which is fine because it's killing time. And he basically is out of time at this point. So here we go. I'm going to try to get the cheese win. I've got a 4-star purple that he can't compete with. So do you leave the gold attack with the weak white attack that I can actually beat, or do you just let the game time out and come up with the victory? So we did actually go 2-0 in today's video. A far cry from the horrendous games of yesterday. But I want to look before we end this video. Let me see if it shows how many. 19 duels. And in 19 duels, I have evolved all the way to an Incineroar 0 times. And let's see if it shows that. If I go to edit figures, zero. Why does it say 0 for Torracat? Well, maybe because I keep picking a different Torracat, but Incineroar 0. And I can tell you for sure, I've never had Incineroar on the field. So if you are looking to run evolutions, I would say the best bet is probably going to be the Rowlet line. Anyway, today is Wednesday. The week is blowing by quickly. This has already been a really long video, so I'm going to cut it here. There might be a Sonic video today as well, so keep an eye out for that. There was an update. Kind of interested to dive in and see what happened there. But until next time.